There are many things that are thrown at you as a business owner. Today, we're going to give you one tip to help you grow a stronger business, and it's all about your line of credit. So guys, equipment breaks down, you have periods of no sales, you got warranty issues, COVID decides to show up, right? And then businesses go boom and they take a nosedive. Guys, these things are always going to come. There's always going to be hard times and challenges in your business. And during these times, too many home improvement contractors, they run up their personal credit cards, their business credit cards. They take out stupid high interest loans, okay? And it's very harmful to the business. And so I want to talk about a couple things here to help you build your own line of credit without you having to rely on the credit card, rely on a bank, and all that stupid shit that we typically do. Now, let me say this also. Some of you are extremely responsible when it comes to borrowing from banks and using your credit cards and other sources of funding. And that's totally cool. I'm not poo-pooing that. There's a time to use those things. However, 98% or more of the people that are watching this video right now, you do not have a proven track record of being responsible with shit like that. I'm going to share a story with you of how one contractor prepared for the future, and now he's kicking ass several years later. What this all starts with, you want to build your own line of credit so you're prepared for the future when this shit hits the fan, when the challenges come, when the phone doesn't ring for periods of time and you're freaking out going, how am I going to feed the family? That's a challenge for so many people. Several years ago, there's a guy who hired me and my team to coach his business, and he asked me, he says, looking back, what's one of the things you would do differently throughout your career? And I said, you know what? From day one, I would have made it a point to create my own line of credit in my business to get, 6 to 12 months worth of business overhead expenses, operating expenses. Now, guys, we've done so many videos on this topic. Overhead is not your field labor. It's not Sam, Joe, and Bobby that you pay 18, 20, 28 bucks an hour to in the field, okay? Your overhead is your fucking salary. It's the rent for your shop or your mortgage for the shop. It's your truck payments. It's the marketing you're paying for, things like that, okay? It's the stuff that has to be paid even if you can't do any work in the field. So this COVID thing recently is a great example of that. You still had fucking bills to pay even though you weren't producing work, okay? So I just want to be clear on that. So with this client of mine, I just said, man, I would try to get 6, 12 months, somewhere in there, of that overhead money squirreled away so that I never had to rely on the banks or a credit card company. I wasn't going to be anyone's bitch, okay? That's pretty much verbatim what I told the guy. And what's really cool is when he got slow, he started his business, in the spring or whatever, and by the wintertime, things, seasonalities and stuff like that, it slowed down. He was ready. He was totally ready for that hard time. And in that first year, I think he paid himself about $4,500 a month on average that he brought home. He was a one-man company, by the way. And he banked 9 months of his overhead, which was his pay, his $4,500 a month, plus all the other bills in the business. He had it in the fucking bank, sitting there. And it was funny, he called me one day and he's like, I got to pull money out of this because I've been slow for the last month. And he was totally upset about it. And I was like, dude, this is exactly why we built this, okay? Now the guy's gone on. He's got multiple trucks on the road. He's doing great, $1 million plus business in 5 years, and he's kicking ass. But it started because he had some money discipline. And most of you struggle with this money stuff because you're just simply not a disciplined human being. You have a hard time getting up on time. You hit the snooze too many times. You struggle making your fucking bed. You struggle keeping appointments. And I'm not even talking appointments with customers, because you usually honor that shit for the most part. You usually don't keep the appointments you make with yourself. Okay, you lack that discipline, meaning I'm going to spend an hour calling past customers, and it shows up in your calendar and you go, I'm too busy right now. Guys, You got to have money discipline. You got to have that financial discipline if you want to build your own line of credit. And this is truly going to require you to get your shit together. You got to charge right, honor commitments. Here's the other thing, guys. When you're not prepared for these tough times, you know what that equals? Not prepared equals desperate and stupid. And desperate and stupid gets you into a lot of trouble as a business owner. I want to encourage you guys to be a squirrel. Okay? What do squirrels do, Noel?
Eat nuts.
Eat nuts? Yeah. What if they don't have any nuts? Oh, wait. Squirrels don't ever run into that problem because they squirrel away nuts all year.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what you meant. Thanks. Fucking threw you a softball. So, guys, be a squirrel. Be like a squirrel. If a squirrel's walking down the street, he sees a nut, picks it up, brings it back to the squirrel cave. Okay? Whatever you call that thing. The tree, right? Yeah? So I'm going to give you a math example here. Let's say you got your average job size $5,500, and you do 75 jobs a year. If you just took 5% from every job and just squirreled it away, you'd have over 21 grand sitting in an account. Guys, this will provide oxygen for you later on in your business. It's never a bad thing to have too much money stored away. So guys, charge right, set a target, set that target, that percentage. Be frickin' disciplined. Please be disciplined. That's the secret. That's the secret to building your own line of credit. That way, you don't go to the bank, because I'll tell you what the banks are going to do. All right, banks are going to look at your P&L and your QuickBooks and all that, and if you don't show a history of being profitable, they're going to go fuck off. And then you're going to get desperate. You're going to get some high-interest credit card or some stupid loan, like I've talked to several people lately that were paying ungodly amounts of interest on these things, and it could all be solved if you're disciplined with your money and you do what we just talked about here. So, like I said earlier, one of the keys to being able to squirrel away the money is charging right. So if you haven't already done so, go to the contractorfight.com/charge, and we got a cool worksheet there for free you can download to just figure up your own math and make sure you're at least charging the right amount of money. Get that straight, then you can figure out what percentage you're going to take to go build your own line of credit. You guys rock. I got to roll. See you next time.